The first Narnia movie, The Lion, the Witch, and the Audacity of this Redacted, is about a group of 4 children who wander into a wardrobe, cause global warming, a fawn that an antacid company was named after to be frozen in stone Medusa style, Santa Claus to get real, and a magical lion to return so he can sacrifice himself and return again. Basically like what Jesus was supposed to do according to most Christians, and according to most what he will still do, eventually, someday. I'm pretty sure they all must live in Egypt at this point, because it really seems like they're all in denial. That was pretty funny, right, guys? The first child who wanders into the land of Anorlando is Lucy, the youngest of the 4 school children, because their parents were worried about them dying to the silly Luftwaffe doing goofy things, such as bombing civilian towns and cities, for the meme. After they lose their good night's sleep to a bomb going off, their mother sends them to some old guy's house where they will stay during the summer before coming back and going to school. Because I guess going to school is more important than whether several children get blown up or not. Regardless, after Lucy tells the other 3 about what they saw, they all buy the schadenfreude for €6 and laugh at her simultaneously. The second child to wander into the guy who patrols the Mojave wasteland wishing for a nuclear winter's thoughts, TEM, is named Edmund. He meets the main bad guy and then befriends her and promises to betray his siblings so they all die and stuff. Then leaves and lies and says Lucy is still making Narnia up. Then the last 2 children, Peter and Susan, also find their way into Narnia with the other children. And then they all decide to start exploring and also get mad at Edmund. They all meet talking beavers and decide it would be best to follow the talking beavers to their dam so they can talk where it's safer. Edmund then leaves the group and tells the big baddie where they are. So the massive matriarch sends wolves after them and captures Edmund to gain information he knows nothing about, since she hasn't even sent him to her main enemy's encampment before capturing him. Back at the beaver dam, surprise, it wasn't actually safe at all, as the wolves had arrived in record time, only to find they all left. Then they start following them down a tunnel, and after exiting the tunnel, the epic chase continues across ice and stuff, until they lose the wolves and Santa Claus appears and gives them weapons of war because he's chill like that. Then they continue walking around until they meet with a big talking lion and befriend him. Then he dies. Then it's the second coming of Christ, and he returns, and then the evil witch dies, and her army is defeated, and all the frozen innocent people are unfrozen, and everything is great, and the 4 children get made kings and queens and spend many years in Narnia completely forgetting about home, responsible parenting right there, until they find the wardrobe by accident and decide to wander into it, and then they reappear in the present time as children again. Narnia doesn't see them for a while, but then they return in the next book because, it'd be kind of boring if it was just a retelling of every historical event that happened and didn't continue the story in any meaningful way. The end.